Good evening, this is TCN English News Edition and you are watching with me, Ninghui Kim Kongsai. First, the headlines. Kuki Zo civil body strongly condemns attack on security forces, resulting in the death of 2 Zawans. Kuki Zo women strongly urges Home Ministry to secure buffer zone with central forces. News in detail. Suspected Arambai Tingle and UNLF combined forces attacked Kerentak area around 12:45 midnight, where they accidentally bombed the Central Reserve Police Force (CRPF) camp near the IRB camp at Naransana, where 2 CRPF personnel died and 2 seriously injured in the bombing incident. The victims of the bombing incident caused by Arambai Tingle and UNLF combined forces belong to 128 Battalion CRPF and were identified as Inspector Jadav Dash, Sub-Inspector N. Sarkar, Head Constable Arup Saini, and Constable Aftab Hussain, out of which Sub-Inspector N. Sarkar, 55 years, son of Muhammad Kabat Hussain of Bomrabil, Kokrajhar District, Assam, and Head Constable Arup Saini, 40 years, son of Rama Kanti Saini of Panchal, Bankura District, West Bengal, unfortunately died due to the Arambai Tingle bombing their camp. The national media, which received baseless and groundless news from the Imphal Valley, blames the Kuki militants for the attack. But as per message passed by the security, the Arambai Tingle were to be blamed. As per report, the Meitei militants were headed to attack the Kuki villages in the middle of the night with full armory and weapons, and while carrying out the attack, they accidentally happened to blast 128 Battalion CRPF camp located inside the campus of Moirang Police Station. The firing ended around 2:15 a.m. The Moirang police falsely accused the Kuki regarding the incident and registered an FIR through FIR number 37-4-2024 Moirang PSU as 400 307 326 427 34 IPC and 25 IB Arms Act 3x4 Explosive Accurate with 302 IPC respectively. The Army and Bishnupur police jointly went to Kerentak today morning in bulletproof vehicles but later returned back around 1 p.m. In connection to this, the Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum (ITLF) vehemently condemns the attack on Kuki Zo areas near Kerentak in Manipur's Bishnupur district, just after midnight on Saturday, April 27, 2024, which resulted in the deaths of 2 CRPF personnel who were regarding the buffer zone. ITLF also strongly refutes the substantiated media reports blaming Kuki militants for launching the attack, and further says that the Manipur police are under the control of Manipur government and requested the national media to clarify from both sides. Kuki Zo tribals have always appreciated the presence of central security forces, and we have lauded their efforts in protecting the lives of civilians. Just yesterday, tribal residents of Gamgipai in Kangpokpi district held a protest asking central security forces not to leave the area. It is the Meitei populations which has repeatedly stopped central forces from conducting their peacekeeping duty by blocking their movement, while Meitei militants attack tribal villages. The Kuki MP Manipur also condemns the incident, saying the ruthless attack on IRB India Reserve Battalion came at Naransana, Bishnupur district by the Valley-based insurgent groups VBIGs, resulting in the death of 2 CRPF personnel and the injury of several others, in terrorizing and deeply unfortunate. The central security forces have been in the forefront in protecting the lives of innocent civilians on both sides of the buffer zones. The security forces have been instrumental in ensuring public security, establishing social order, and providing hope for restorations and normalcy amidst the ruins of the brutal ethnic cleansing perpetrated by the majority Meiteis against the minority Kukis. Therefore, The Kuki MP Manipur vehemently condemns this act of terrorism against the Central Security Forces who are providing safety and security for the people. Such mindless activity is indicative of a total disregard for law and order and the impunity that the Valley-based insurgent groups VBIGs enjoy under the Manipur state government. Moreover, the Kuki MP Manipur is appalled by the swift finger-pointing against the Kuki village volunteers for the merciless attack against the Central Security Forces, as highlighted by a few media establishments. It is highly suspicious that this is a propaganda effort of the VBIGs to mislead the people and cast the Kukis in a negative light as a cover for the numerous anti-national activities. Rushing to assign blame without substantiated evidence not only risks misinforming the public but also perpetuates discord and mistrust within communities, aided the release. KOTU also vehemently condemns this false accusation made by the Meitei militants and spread by the national media, blaming the Kukis regarding this unfortunate incident. The Kukis have no reason to cross the buffer zone because we are only defending but not attacking, and further requests the national media to check the ground reality before spreading the news because it can deeply tarnish and defame one's community. Mention may be made that the Meitei militants UNLF and KYKL attacked Kukis at Songzang and Esmong Buntru Sinamkom yesterday around 4:45 p.m., where one of the invading Meitei named El Ibomta, a live spram from UNLF, was found dead after the firing. The firing was reported to last for around 30 minutes. Upon learning of the reported Home Ministry's decision to divert Central Security Forces from buffer zones to patrol highways, a chunk of impatient Kuki-Zou women flooded the streets of Gamgipai, demanding a swift reversal of the ministry's stance. On inquiry, it was found that there was no official notifications later from the Home Ministry. However, the Kuki-Zou women indicated that certain district officials verbally communicated the decisions made by the Home Ministry. One of the Kuki-Zou women leader underscored the pivotal role played by the Central Security Forces in upholding safety and tranquility in the buffer zones while voicing her perplexity with palpable concern regarding Home Minister amid such abrupt choice to withdraw these crucial forces. She also personally underscored the horrific treatment inflicted upon the Kuki-Zou people, yet lamented the glaring absence of any CBI or NIA investigations into these atrocities. She then asks as to why the Home Minister has chosen to withdraw Central Security Forces from buffer zones despite the ongoing inflictions of gruesome, inhuman treatment upon the Kuki-Zou populace. In clear defiance of the alleged decisions by the Home Ministry, the Kuki-Zou women voiced their refusal to accept it and urged the ministry to reconsider its stance. The Kuki-Zou women also chanted slogans such as "Don't withdraw Central Security Forces from buffer zones," "We want separate administration," etc.
हमारा अमित शाह जी से मैं यही अपील करती हूँ, और आज तक हमारा सीआरपीएफ और हमारा जवान असम राइफल, इनके वजह से हम अभी तक बिना चिंता के हम रह सकते थे, और आज हमारा अमित शाह जी क्या डिसीजन लेके हमारा बफर जोन के से इनको हटाने के बात किए जा रहा है, ये कतई हमको मंजूर नहीं है। और हमारा कुकी जाति को इतना गंभीरता से उनको मारा गया था और उनको काट कूट करके हाथ अलग पाँव अलग सिल अलग करके भी आज तक इनके ऊपर में कोई फैसला नहीं हुई थी, कोई एनआईए सीबीआई भी लगाया नहीं है, और हम लोग ने कुछ नहीं किया, कुछ भी करने नहीं के बावजूद भी उन लोग ने हमारा को ऐसे सज़ा दिया गया है, वो कतई हमको मंजूर नहीं है।
Meanwhile, the Committee on Tribal Unity, or the Kotwasdar Hills, also backed the Kuki-Zo women's call for the Home Ministry to review its decision to deploy central forces from buffer zones to patrol the highway. And Zilun Kipgan Kotwas media cell coordinator, while strongly condemning the recent bomb blast at a minor bridge near Sepermena by unknown miscreants, asserted that it is crucial to know the dire situation facing the minority tribal Kuki-Zo community, who endured operations and subjugations and are at the brink of complete annihilations under the biased state administrations led by majoritarian Meitei leadership. He said that against this backdrop, the Home Ministry's decision to deploy central security forces for elections duties both sensitive and ill-timed. He also pointed out that the creations of buffer zones and the deployment of central security forces in the border regions between the Kuki-Zo community in the hills and the Métis community in the valley serve as a crucial mechanism to quell tensions and prevent conflicts between these two adversarial groups. He further said that so far, these central forces securities have been able to fulfill their mandate by maintaining neutrality in discharging their duty. However, it is also an uncalled decision by the Home Ministry to delegate some of these forces from the buffer zones to man the Asian Highways National Highway 2 with regards to recent blasts. We will nullify the principal objective to deter further escalations of conflict between the two warring communities, he added. He then said that the committee appealed to the central government to reconsider the situations when unabated firing is still ongoing and to contain the state of Manipur from teetering towards Talibanizations. He also said that in view of the present volatile situations and the unresolved cases of the two Kuki-Zo women, of the two Kuki-Zo village volunteers at Paileng Mul who were butchered in the most inhuman manner by the secessionists, Meitei terrorists, and Arambai Tengal. The committee is constrained to extend shutting down of all government offices in Cedar Hills, Kangpokpi until further notice.
Kuki-Zo community reserved the right to question the insensitive decision to withdraw center forces from all fringes areas in the border buffer zones of the Kuki-Zo community at this critical juncture. The Home Ministry must be aware that a firing in a buffer zone in the fringes area is still going on, and to withdraw such a neutral forces from our area is a disservice to the principal objective of why the buffer zone was initially created. Therefore, the Home Ministry must reconsider its decision to withdraw center forces from all Kuki-Zo dominated areas.
Today at around 8:30 a.m., a passing out parade was organized for BSF BRT Batch 245 at Subsidiary Training Center, BSF, Gangpi Mulamka. Sanjay Kumar Misra, IG, SGC, BSF Churchampur salutes the passing out parade contingents. The passing out parade was done by 161 BSF trainees comprising of head constable and constable BSF personnel. Before the parade, the BSF personnel had their oath taken even where they vowed to protect India and its citizens at the cost of their lives. After 44 weeks of rigorous training, the passing out parade was conducted for them. In this event, Vishal Rani, CEO, STC BSF officer, S.O. Jawan, school students, and many people attended the program. After the passing out parade, band platoon, Mizoram Frontier, and culture presented the band show. Purulia Chow Dance and West Bengal Lathi Khela, martial arts, and PT Jump show were also eventfully conducted. Out of these trainings who joined the passing out parade, few of them received prizes for outstanding performances. Best in drill received by Constable Tawfiq Ahmed, Best firing received by Constable Satyam Singh, Best in endurance received by Constable Rohitas Kumar Rundia, And overall, first position goes to Constable Rakesh Kumar and second position by Constable Ras Upadhyay respectively. During the program, the chief guest of the event encourages the newly appointed BSF personnel and reminded them of how big and challenging their duty is. Protect India and the citizens at the cost of your life, he added, and his father congratulates them. Today, the ITLF Women Wing held a meeting in the presence of all units and points or resolutions listed down during the meetings were made known to the public through media by Vaboy Baiti, spokesperson ITLF Women Wing at its office. It has come to our knowledge that the frontline village volunteers are facing shortage of food supply, and in relation to this, the ITLF Women Wing and all of its units shall come door to door in all the houses of Lamka, and the citizens are requested to donate rice, monetary aid or other essential items as per their interest and capability. The citizens are requested to take this matter seriously and to donate generously for the village volunteers who stand on duty in the front line for the sake of protecting us and our properties. The ITLF Women Wing further requests the citizens to donate whatever they can or are capable of for the village volunteers because their strength and well-being cost us our safety. On April 27, 2024, from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Rural Women Upliftment Society and Lom Lom, in collaborations with Msungil Youth Club, organized a mass cleanliness drive and social work event. The drive encompassed cleaning various locations such as the Wall of Remembrance and Sumkong Market, as well as other areas within the village and nearby streams. The event concluded successfully with enthusiastic participations from the youth of Msungil and Lom Lom ranches. Additionally, eco-friendly bamboo dustbins were installed at Sumkong Market, the Wall of Remembrance, and other designated sites to promote sustainable waste management.
Mass cleanliness drives and social work is being organized by Rural Women's Upliftment Society and Lom Lom in collaboration with Msungil Youth Club. Lom Lom means too much. It is a civic action body that was launched in 2023 March 14 with the aim to revive, reclaim and rejuvenate green spaces in and around our town Lamka. And the main aim of this Lom Lom is to rejuvenate, reclaim and revive local streams and rivers. And not only that, we also focus on environment in the general term, like we do mass tree plantation, mass cleanliness drive, and we also give awareness in regards to environment protection, waste management, anything related to environment.
Jennifer Lerwin-Zwali from Republic Wing clinched the title of Miss Mizoram 2024 at the grand final held in Aizawl on April 26. The event, organized by local television network Zonet TV in collaborations with the Department of Women and Child Development, drew months of anticipations and rigorous competition. Lerwin-Zwali's win on her a grand prize of ₹2 lakh and a CK Vespa scooter alongside the title of Brand Ambassador for the Development of Women and Child Development. The pageant featured 20 contestants from various corners of Mizoram, all vying for the coveted crown. Rebecca Zoltanpui from Kozol secured the first runner-up position, receiving a cash prize of ₹1 lakh, while Evelyn Zachingpui from Saikamakon claimed the second runner-up spot with a prize of ₹50,000. Additional recognitions went to Lalming Sangi from Kolasip and Lerwin Lui from Champai, who is received ₹25,000 as part of the top 5 finalists. Special awards were also distributed during the event. Lalming Sangi was honored with the People's Choice Award. R. Valalompui from Serchip received the BWAP Award. Lerwin Lui claimed the Miss Beautiful Skin Award, and Jennifer Zoltan-Zwali from Lunglei was named Miss Congeniality. The ruling Trinamool Congress lodged a complaint with the Chief Electoral Officer of the state on Saturday, over the race in Sandesh-Khali by a joint team of the CBI and bomb squads of the elite National Security Guard, NSG. During phase 2 of polling for the Lok Sabha in the state on Friday, the CBI and the NSG bomb squads carried out raids in Sandesh-Khali and the North 24 Parganas district, recovering a huge cage of arms and ammunition from the house of Abu Talib, a relative of local TMC leader Hafjul Khan, who is alleged to be close aide of now expelled ruling party strongman Sheikh Shahjahan. In his complaint with the CEO, the TMC alleged that despite repeated representations, the state poll panel chief failed to stop central probe agencies from throttling the campaign efforts of various political parties. While elections were going on, the CBI deliberately carried out an unscrupulous raid at an empty locations in Sandesh-Khali. Media reports suggested the CBI called in additional forces, including the bomb squad of the National Security Guard, NSG. It has also been reported that arms and ammunition were recovered from a house during such a raid, the TMC stated in its complaint. The ruling party in the state alleged further that the CBI did not issue actionable notice to the state government or the police administrations before carrying out the raid. Further, the state police has a fully functional bomb disposal squad, which could have assisted the entire operations if the CBI indeed felt that a bomb squad was required during such a raid. However, no such assistance was sought by the CBI. It is further astonishing to notice that media personnel were already present during the raid even before the state administration arrived at the spot. At this point in time, it was already nationwide news that weapons had been recovered during the raid. There is no way of knowing with certainty whether these weapons were indeed recovered during the search and seizure procedure, or whether they were surreptitiously planted by the CBI or NSG, the ruling party in the state, alleged further. Further, according to the complaint, in the absence of any representative of the state government, the purported recovery of arms and ammunition was employed by the BJP, which is in cahoots with the CBI and the NSG to plant such weapons at the site. The TMC demanded that the CEO issued immediate guidelines or framework whereby political parties and their functionaries are not taking steps against by any central investigating agency, including the CBI during the period of elections. Issue immediate directions to the agencies and the media to remove all references to the AITC in their reporting and issue such other orders as may be deemed fit and proper, the complaint added. Maharashtra Congress leader Muhammad Arif Nasim Khan has stepped down from the party's campaign committee, expressing displeasure over the party not nominating any Muslim leader in the state. He wrote a letter to party chief Mallikarjun Kharge stating that he won't campaign for the Lok Sabha elections as the opposition Mahavikas Aghadi MVA bloc had not fielded a Muslim candidate. From total 48 Lok Sabha seats in Maharashtra, MVA has not nominated a single Muslim candidate in Maharashtra, the former state minister wrote. Many Muslim organizations, leaders, and also party workers from all over Maharashtra were expecting the Congress to nominate at least one candidate from the minority community. But unfortunately, this has not happened, he noted. The 60-year-old politician says that all these party leaders and workers are now asking him, Congress ko Muslim vote chahiye, candidate ko nahi. Congress wants Muslim votes, but why not candidates? Due to all these reasons, I will not be able to face and I have no answers to Muslim, Khan wrote in the letter. Khan also said he is also resigning from the Maharashtra Congress campaign committee. The Congress is contesting 17 out of the 48 Lok Sabha seats in Maharashtra in alliance with the Shiv Sena, UBT, and the NCP, Sharad Chandra Power. They are constituents of the opposition's Mahavikas Aghadi MVA. Muhammad Arif Khan was in race for a ticket from Mumbai North Central, but the party chose City Unit President Varsha Gaikwad for the constituency. He had contested the 2019 Assembly elections from Chandivali in Mumbai, where he lost by 409 votes. Speaking separately to PTI, Khan said the Congress, it seems, had deviated from its long-held ideology of inclusivity. The senior Congress leader said he was inundated with calls from organizations representing minorities and party workers from these social groups, asking why the Congress has ignored them while allotting tickets for elections in Maharashtra. I am unable to face questions of why injustice has been done to minority groups. The party has deviated from its inclusive ideology and giving representations to all communities, said Amifet Khan. Coming to international news. 3 women from Gujarat were killed in a horrific car accident in the US. Rekhaben Patel, Sangeetaben Patel and Manishaben Patel, all residents of Gujarat's Anand district, died as their SUV careened off the road, hurtling over a bridge in Greenville County, South Carolina. According to Greenville County Coroner's Office, the SUV traveling northbound on the highway veered across all lanes, ascended an embankment, and soared at least 20 feet into the air before crashing into the trees on the opposite side of the bridge. It is obvious they were traveling above the posted speed limit. Chief Deputy Coroner Mike Ellis told news channel WSPA. He also clarified that no other cars were involved. The car was found stuck on a tree, shattered into multiple pieces, a testament to the velocity at which it collided with the surroundings. Very seldom do you see a vehicle that leaves the roadway at such a high rate of speed, as it jumps 4 to 6 lanes of traffic and lands in the trees approximately 20 feet, Mr. Ellis said, describing the unprecedented accident. Right now, it appears that the vehicle is on its wheels, but when the vehicle jumped all 4 lanes of traffic, it probably struck trees at least 20 feet above the ground, he told local media. Emergency response teams, including the South Carolina Highway Patrol, Gunfire and Rescue, and multiple Greenville County EMS units rushed to the scene. The sole survivor of the accident was reportedly injured and hospitalized, with uncertainty surrounding their condition. The detection system of the vehicle alerted some family members to the crash, who then alerted local authorities in South Carolina. Mass graves found in 2 hospitals in the Gaza Strip containing 392 bodies, including those of women, children, and the elderly, show signs of torture and executions, officials in the enclave have said. On the 6th consecutive day of digging up bodies in southern Gaza, Palestinian civil defense officials on Thursday revealed horrifying new details about the mass graves around the Nasser and Al-Safa hospitals. 10 of the bodies were found with bound hands, while others still had medical tubes attached to them, indicating they have been buried alive, says civil defense member Mohammed Mugir. We need forensic examinations for approximately 20 bodies for people who we think were buried alive, Mugir said. Yamen Abu Sulaiman, the head of the Civil Defense Department in southern Khan Younis, where Nasser Hospital is located, said 3 separate mass graves were found at the facility, 1 behind the morgue, 1 in front of the morgue, and 1 near the dialysis building. Only 65 bodies have been identified by relatives of 392 recovered due to the decomposition, mutilations and torture, or other difficulties, he said, aiding that bodies were stacked together and saw indications of field executions having taken place. At a news conference in southern Rafah on Thursday, Abu Sulaiman called on the international community to exert pressure to put an immediate end to these aggressions against our people, as well as for humanitarian organizations and international media, be it be led into Gaza to examine these crimes. Mughir, who provided photographic and video evidence of the remains of children, said, "Why do we have children in mass graves?" adding that the evidence shows Israeli soldiers committed crimes against humanity. The United Nations Human Rights Chief Volker Turk called for independent, effective, and transparent investigations into the deaths. Hospitals are entitled to very special protections under international humanitarian law, and the intentional killing of civilians, detainees, and others who are forced to combat is a war crime. Turk said this way, "We want answers. We want to see this thoroughly and transparently investigated." U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told reporters. Israeli Army spokesman Major Naved Shoshani claimed the graves at Nasser hospitals were dug by Gazans a few months ago. The Israeli military has also confirmed digging up bodies from graves, but in a stated effort to look for captives still held in the enclave. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Al Jazeera's Haiti Joe Castro pointed out that Sullivan did not call for independent investigations, meaning that the United Nations, the United States, is content with Israel looking further into the matter. That is the major difference between the USS calling for investigations into the mass graves compared to that of the other world leaders of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, she said. Joe Castro said, accountability stays even farther out of reach. So as far as condemnation, sure, there is more of that happening now in the US. As far as action, there is only action in support of Israel. US President Joe Biden on Wednesday signed into law $94 billion foreign funding bill that will provide Israel with $15 billion in additional aid despite growing international calls to restrict US assistance to the Israeli military, which has killed more than 34,000 Palestinians in Gaza. This is a new level of criminality that I thought the Israelis were too smart to get involved with, said Marwan Bishara, Al Jazeera senior political analyst. The ugliness and the tragedy of the scenes and the mindset behind it, done by the Israelis against the hospitals, against the refugee camp, is something that we have never seen before, and that is something that is going to stay with us for a while, he added. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.